wild ride. Stuart Little was playing with his big brother, George. That made Miss Little happy. She liked George to watch over Stuart. George and Stuart worked on George's model plane. It was a shiny red and yellow plane. Stuart sat in the plane. Brum! Roared Stuart. He was having a great time pretending. Wouldn't it be cool if I could fly this? Said Stuart. No way Mom will let you, said George as he put on the propeller. They both knew that Miss Little worried about Stuart. She'd never let him fly a plane. George, you have a visitor, Miss Little called out. Will walked in carrying a new game. He asked George, You want to play? Yeah, said George. But what about the plane? Stuart asked. I want to go play with Will, George answered. Even Snowball didn't want to help. That wasn't his idea of fun. Stuart decided to work on the plane all by himself. He got back in the cockpit and read from the instruction book. Stuart didn't see his shirt catch on the switch that started the plane's engine. Click went the switch. Brum went the motor. Whirr went the propellers. Oh dear, said Stuart. Before Stuart knew what was happening, the plane was moving across the table. George and Will heard a strange noise. Is coming from the next room. Sounds like a lawnmower, said George. They ran to see what was making the noise. Stuart, what are you doing? Said George. I'm not doing anything, Stuart yelled. The plane took off with Stuart in it. The boys chased Stuart into the next room. Buzz, roared the plane. Stuart, called George. Get the manual, yelled Stuart. The plane was out of control. Snowball walked into the room, right into the plane's path. Get out of the way, screamed Stuart. Snowball ran. What's that noise? Asked Mr. Little. Just Stuart flying in the house, said Will. Stuart is flying in the house? Asked a very surprised Mr. Little. Stuart was heading for the front door, but it was closed. Then Miss Little opened the door and Stuart flew right through her roses. Stuart! Screamed Miss Little as he flew across Fifth Avenue. He flew past a terrace. He flew over traffic. He flew over the trees. He flew over the people in Central Park. The Littles chased Stuart all the way into the park. Stuart brushed the flower petals from his eyes. Mayday, mayday, Stuart shouted as he flew by the crowd of nuns. Yow! Screamed Stuart. Stuart finally landed with a crash. He wasn't hurt, but the plane's wings were broken. Stuart! Stuart! The Littles cried. He looked up at his family. Sorry about the plane, said Stuart. Are you all right? Asked Miss Little. I'm okay, said Stuart. And he was. His family was glad he wasn't hurt. Stuart had gone for one wild ride. The end.